Hey guys, M2 Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Wave. This isn't a wave, this is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. This is the Mighty Morphin Metallic White Ranger. So this is the final one in the metallic line of figures that have all been exclusive to Hasbro Pulse. First it was the Pink Ranger, and then a year later we got the Red Ranger, we got the Blue Ranger, and we also got the Yellow Ranger and the Black Ranger, which I actually already reviewed when it had released, and had planned to do reviews for all these other figures, but never really got around to it, and really haven't done a whole lot of Power Rangers Lightning Collection reviews since. I hope to kind of really pick that back up. Like, I have a bunch of Lightning Collection figures, like all in the boxes and stuff, and I'll eventually get to unboxing them. I don't think I'm going to get to videos and stuff like that for them, but I hope to continue on with them. Like this Thursday, I'm going to receive the Zord Ascension Project Dino Megazord, so I'm really excited for that. I'm hoping to do a review for that. It's going to be a pretty time-consuming one, so to find the time is going to be, I think, a little bit challenging for me, but I do plan to do that. But anyway, I am going to review the White Ranger here, but I'm also going to unbox these three, finally, red, blue, and yellow, so I can have the whole team, all of their metallic glory. And then, you know, of course, Pink Ranger came out a year before any of the other ones, so we will have a completed team. So one thing I want to talk about with the White Ranger for now is the fact that we don't have the glitter everywhere. So the top of the box does not have the glitter like the other ones all did, as you could see there. And then I guess it's about the, no, see, not even the same amount of glitter. So the glitter on here is only on the helmet and the neck, but does not include like his shield armor portion. And then like here in the front where it says the name card, that does not have glitter on there, which is good because the glitter got like everywhere, right? So glitter all over here, but again, here it's just the neck and a little bit of the helmet, not even all of it. So I think that's better because it doesn't get as much glitter like everywhere, right? It was just kind of crazy. But anyway, this was officially announced during Comic-Con, I guess during the Boom Comics panel. It was in stock at HasbroPulse.com, kind of out of nowhere. We had seen overseas it had released, I don't know, maybe a month prior. And now we have it, and I think the UK may have just gotten it. But anyway, I'm excited. Let's get this thing out of the package and take a look at the metallic White Ranger and see what the differences are. We have a new Tommy Oliver head sculpt that looks like Skeet Ulrich. If you guys know that actor from years ago, you know what I'm talking about. But let's get to it. Okay, so here is the White Ranger figure out of the package, the metallic White Ranger figure out of the package, and he's pretty cool. Actually, I opened up all of them, actually, and damn, like, I feel kind of bad for waiting for so long to unbox these, because these are actually pretty damn cool, especially red, blue, and yellow. You know, seeing them kind of in hand for the first time. They actually look pretty good. I think black, because he was the only one that I had reviewed at the time. But black, he just kind of comes out gray. The translucentness isn't so much there. Pink was just kind of okay. But man, I'm really digging the yellow, blue, and the red. I think it's just the actual colors themselves that really kind of pop and stand out a little bit more. That just kind of makes them really cool looking. You know, red got the updated helmet. I think black may have gotten the updated helmet. I can't even remember at this point because, you know, Hasbro messes up on stuff and then they, you know, fix it later on. Just kind of some weird things. So I'm going to have to take a closer look at some of those things, because blue may have a new helmet. Red, I think, has a new helmet. Yellow might, because there was also the other Aisha one, but I don't think this one had the updated yellow helmet. I think it's the metallic ones that got them. So now everyone wants these Rangers to be re-released with the new helmets, but they also want the pinless bodies. But then we're getting another Adam Black Ranger figure that is not pinless, and it's like, what's Hasbro really doing? It's all kind of weird. But anyway, back to the White Ranger figure. I feel like of all the Ranger figures, though, at first glance or from far away, this one looks the most accurate in terms of how it looked in the show. I know they were glittery looking, you know, and shiny and whatnot in the show, but what's weird is because of the translucentness of these figures, you know, kind of seeing some of the inside plastic pieces and stuff, it throws it off a little bit. But with the White Ranger, you really don't see that so much. And because like the glitter flakes in the plastic kind of really stand out in terms of a shine a little bit more. Like the other ones just kind of look like specks, I guess, but the White Ranger, it actually like shines back, if that makes sense. And it might be hard to tell not having it in hand. But like if I get a closer look at the body, I'm not sure if you can kind of see. But to me, it just looks like it shines back a little bit more, and that's kind of why, for me, it kind of looks the most realistic, I guess, if that makes sense. But it's all kind of tough. But let's get in for a closer look so you could see what I'm talking about. Okay, so here is the White Ranger. One thing they definitely messed up on this, though, is look at the neck on the Wave 1 original release here. He actually has a neck. This one, he doesn't have a neck, and that was one of the biggest complaints on the Lightning collection early on, is that the helmets sat too far down. You know, you couldn't get them to look up, or you couldn't get them to look down, and you know, I guess, you know, he can look up, but down's definitely going to be a problem because his chin's hitting that chin. Actually, it's not too bad. I don't know, maybe I'm complaining for no reason, because it actually seemed to be pretty functional. But it just seems weird not having a neck, and I guess, you know, it just throws it off a little bit. And then another comparison is, if you look, the gold is much more metallic, which, you know, makes sense. They are the metallic Rangers, you know, that's how it should be. But I love the way the metallic looks. You know, this was a dull gold, which I would say it was accurate, but here we have nice shiny gold, and it all looks really good. And you can see it's all like a pearlescent white translucent color, and then the glitter, it's kind of like gold glitter flakes in here, and I think that makes a difference as well because it's gold glitter, whereas the other metallic Rangers would have used like a silver glitter. Well, I guess on yellow it's kind of hard to tell. It does look like she may have like a little bit of a darker glitter, but if we look at like blue, right, that's like silver glitter, right? If you look through it, but here you could clearly see it's like a gold glitter. Going back to black, same thing, it's kind of that silver glitter. Red, looks like silver glitter as well. Yeah, the red just looks really good too. And then pink. Pink may have used a pink glitter actually. And looking at it. So it's hard to tell, I guess, with some of these. Like, I don't think they use blue glitter necessarily, but I guess they kind of matched up to the colors that they use. But anyway, looking at the Gold Ranger, the paint seems semi-sloppy, like we don't have clean lines here in the black and stuff. It's not terrible, just thought I'd point that out for you guys to see. With these metallic Rangers, their weapons are also using like a translucent plastic color. I didn't notice glitter flakes in any of them except for Saba. You actually do see some glitter in the handle and stuff. The blade is still painted a nice silver, the gold trim and everything is on there. But it is that like same translucent plastic color. But looking at Saba, Saba looks pretty good. Red eyes there, painted nicely. Let's see if we want to do a comparison to the original Saba that had come out. Let's see how we look. We get a little bit more paint detail, as you can see in the gold there. We get some black where we didn't get that before, and we get the red eyes where we did not get red eyes before. So a lot more paint detail in Saba. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I really like the way Saba looks now. That's nice. So that's a big update there. We also get this lightning effect here. This is very rubbery compared to some of the ones in the past. I feel like we're a little bit less pliable. This one's definitely a lot more pliable, which is not bad. We get that there. I'm trying to see if there's really any glitter in it. No, not so much. We also get an extra set of hands. We have this straight hand here, and then we have a fist for his right hand, because out of the package he has a fist for his left, then he has like the Saba holding hand for his right there. We also get the completed Zeo Crystal. As you can see, you have the different Zeo Crystals that all come together and attach, where all the previous metallic Ranger figures all came with the different pieces. This actually truly feels like all these other pieces were just kind of glued together. Clearly they were not, because you could see that they weren't just like complete separate pieces put together, but it actually feels that way, like they could have been, which is kind of interesting. And these do glow in the dark, and I will show you guys that here in the video. And then we have the Skeet Ulrich head sculpt here. If you guys know who Skeet Ulrich is, he was in like the first Scream movie. He was one of the killers in that movie. But this totally looks like him. Does not, in my opinion, look like Tommy Oliver, to me anyway. But maybe certain angles he could be. Usually with these head sculpts, they take from a specific reference photo. and I you know, not one that I'm real familiar with, but I don't think that's our best Tommy Oliver head sculpt at all. But we'll see a comparison to some of the other ones. Okay, so looking at the two Tommy Oliver head sculpts, the original Wave 1 release is still probably one of the better ones. The one that came with the Green Ranger might look better, but between these two, the older one definitely is better. The skin tone looks much more accurate. He's really pale in this new one, and it almost has like a Michael Jackson look in the cheekbones and nose. To me, it just does not look like Tommy Oliver, in my opinion. But yeah, this one still way better for the White Ranger than this one. Okay, and so while we're at it, looking at metallic blue, you can see the head sculpt definitely isn't as round as the original release there. The metallic one, huge update that made it much more accurate in terms of the shape. So yeah, big difference there. Now let's see Billy Cranston. Okay, huge difference in the Billy Cranston head sculpts. Whereas I didn't think this one was terrible. Like, I kind of saw what they were going for a little bit, but it did look a little bit more cartoony. This one definitely looks accurate. Like, when I go back and watch the show, he looked old as hell compared to the other Rangers. And I don't know exactly what his age was compared to the other actors, but he definitely always looked the oldest and wasn't believable as a teenager, in my opinion. And then given that this was, you know, season 3, a few years into it, you know, he definitely would have looked a little bit older, wasn't wearing his glasses as much. While I don't think this is a perfect head sculpt, I do actually think it is an improvement. It looks a little bit exaggerated to me, maybe in the chin, and then the kind of the way the mouth looks, it just kind of gives it like a woodchuck look to it. It's just kind of something, it seems just a little bit off with it, although I do think it is actually an improvement. Okay, so the updated Red Ranger helmet as well. Here we get a little bit more rounded, whereas this one that wasn't all that rounded and kind of blends in with my background, red on red. That wasn't a good idea. But one of the biggest complaints was how inaccurate the helmet was, because the silver of the teeth did not continue on through the visor, whereas the new one, it actually does do that and is much more accurate and looks way better. One of the complaints is hey, we need this helmet to work with this figure, given that it's metallic, translucent a little bit with some glitter in there. Not going to work on this figure, but the gender swap red and yellow 2-pack that is exclusive to GameStop will actually, instead of Hasbro remolding or creating a new mold for a Red Ranger helmet to fit the size of a female helmet, because they are smaller, they decided to keep this one, and it's supposed to be Trini as the Red Ranger, which, like, it looks terrible. But the good thing is you could then use that helmet on this figure to give yourself a better looking Red Ranger figure. And that didn't occur to me, but others were saying that. So that's going to be a great call to do that. And then you can always just leave the red and yellow swap figures with the civilian head sculpt. So the Trini and the Jason head sculpts, you can leave those on the Ranger bodies. And that could really work as well to kind of really show the swap. So that's going to be a great idea for this Red Ranger until they make a new one, which they will inevitably do, of course, but that helmet way better. But let's see how they did with Rocky. Okay, so looking at the two Rocky figures, now this head sculpt actually came with Zeo Blue, so that's why he's got the shorter hair and everything. There is one photo in particular where this does look like Rocky, but overall, it's not really that great of a likeness. It just kind of, something just looks really off with it. But this one, that's a huge improvement to how he looked in like season 3. His hair was definitely a little bit longer and lighter. Again, I still don't think this is perfect, but it's not terrible, I would say. It seems that Hasbro does have the biggest struggles when it comes to Mighty Morphin seasons. They were so long ago, you know, they're using photo references. There's nothing digital to really go off of. There's no HD and stuff. So it seems to be a lot more difficult to get these older actors, the older seasons done, but I think they did a pretty good job here. I would imagine if they ever get to Turbo, whenever they get to Turbo, we'll probably get the best Rocky head sculpt then. Hopefully. We'll see. I don't know. Okay, so this is definitely going to be a little bit tricky. Are these two yellow head sculpts helmets the same? They are not. It's pretty subtle But the way to really tell is the teeth of the saber tooth. You see how the new metallic one, that tooth goes all the way down to the edge of the visor. This one, not quite. So that was the big tell. And then these eyes up here are slightly in a different spot. I don't know that that was so bad of accuracy. But you guys can let me know down in the comments below. But they're pretty similar. But yes, this is a new head sculpt. And then I'll have to go back and look at the 2-pack with Scorpina to see which head sculpt this one. At the time, I don't remember seeing any differences with this 2-pack one in the single release Trini version. But anyway, here we have the head sculpts of Aisha. So we have the first original one in that 2-pack. And then we have a new one here for season 3 when she has the longer hair and the braids. So let me pop this head on there, and it's difficult because of the long hair that she has. But you can see there, similar, but definitely I think an improvement over this one. Something about the short hair I think is what throws it off, and then I think the head they made a little bit too big for the body, whereas this I think is a perfect fit, and that looks a whole hell of a lot better. But as you can see, look how long that hair is, and it perfectly drapes over the figure. But because it actually perfectly drapes over instead of having a big ass gap like you'll see with like Marvel Legends figures, it makes it a little bit more difficult to pop on there, but that does look really good. And I'm sure I talked about it when I reviewed this figure, but yes, he did get an updated helmet that does look a lot better for Adam. Real quick to go over Pink, it looks like these two use the same head sculpt, but that 2-pack that had the Catherine, Zeo, and the Mighty Morphin Pink, this one got a new head sculpt there. So it's kind of funny that they wouldn't have done it with the metallic, because they released around the same time. So it's weird that the metallic wouldn't get the updated helmet, but this 2-pack did, so that's pretty interesting. And now we have a bunch of Pink Rangers. And there's also the damn cel-shaded one that I have somewhere in this pile that I haven't even opened yet. So, lots of Rangers. Okay, so there are the Zeo Crystal pieces. I just had them under bright light so you could see the glow effect. But yeah, they glow. They glow. And it's hard to focus, but they glow and they look good. Okay, so here we're going to get to the articulation. Back to the White Ranger. Thanks for sticking with me as I go through the other Rangers, but he can look down that much. He can look up that much. You get a full rotation in there and pull the damn helmet all the way off. Full rotation. Not a whole lot of pivot. You can get the shoulder, you can get the arm to go up quite a bit. You get a full rotation in there. There is a butterfly joint, so the arm goes back really, really far. Crossbody forward a little bit, but that armor shield is going to be in the way a little bit. Upper bicep swivel. You get a double jointed elbow like so. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge. We have the diaphragm cut up at the top, so he can pivot to his left that much. He can pivot to his right that much. He can pivot back tiny, tiny bit, not a whole lot. You can pivot forward a little bit there, but we have the inverted ab crunch along with the diaphragm cut, so he can lean back all the way that far. He can come forward quite a bit there as well. There is no waist swivel with the inverted ab crunch, so you get the swivel at that diaphragm cut. Legs go out that far apart. He can kick forward only that much. That's actually kind of a bummer, right? Supposed to be all good in martial arts and can't get his leg all the way up. You have the upper thigh cut in there. You get a double jointed knee like so, and that looks really good. Works out well. Boot swivel there. Foot hinges all the way down. You get some hinge up, ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Now, all the Rangers are essentially the same, but I do think White Ranger is semi-different from kind of some of the other ones, but all these Rangers are really going to have the same articulation. So I'll put a link to the review that I did of the metallic Black Ranger so you can see how the Red Ranger, Blue Ranger move, and then I'll also have a link to the metallic Pink Ranger so you can see how Yellow can move. But yeah, White Ranger. Now let's see all the team all together. Okay, so here is the entire Power Rangers team together. Again, this is season 3, so this would be Catherine, not Kimberly. We have Billy, Rocky, not Jason. We got Tommy. We have Adam, not Zach, and we have Aisha, not Trini in the Power Rangers bunch. The entire team looks awesome together, all in metallic. Anytime you get all of the team of any Power Rangers team all together, they look great. So we've only gotten so many completed teams, right? So we have... is In Space complete now? I think In Space is complete now. Zeo is also complete now. which is kind of crazy. I haven't opened all of the Zeo ones or the In-Space ones to have those completed teams, but we have those completed teams. So we have the regular Mighty Morphin team together. So you have the Green Ranger as a 6 Ranger, or you could throw in the White Ranger there. And now we have all the Metallic Rangers together with the Metallic White Ranger, which, again, this video is a review for and just came out. But I think they look great. You guys let me know down in the comments below if you picked up these ones. Hasbro Pulse had a crazy sale where I think a lot of people then were starting to pick up those Metallic Rangers. But you guys let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of these Power Rangers figures, of the metallic ones? What do you think of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection line in general? Hasbro has taken a lot of missteps over the last year. It has been absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully they can get their shit together and have somebody on their marketing team that does a better job, a new brand manager, somebody that we can recognize, connects with the community, gives us updates, gives us news, gives us something, because they're really not doing that. And it sucks, right? You want to see it continue, you want to see it grow, you want to see it improve, and they're just not giving us a whole lot right now, and I don't know what's going on. Hasbro owns it, so you would think they'd put in more effort, but who knows what's going on. But I hope it continues. I hope they do well. I hope we get Turbo, I guess. Turbo would be cool. Lost Galaxy's coming along, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, you guys, again, let me know down in the comments below. If you guys would like to see more Power Rangers Lightning Collection videos, let me know. Because again, it's, you know, if the views aren't there, it doesn't give me the incentive to work on the videos. I'm still collecting the figures, obviously, but putting the videos, putting the time and the effort, I mean, you guys got to let me know if you guys want me to continue doing them. I know in the past you guys have said before, but keep reminding me, keep letting me know, and I'll get to these videos when I can. Also, if you're interested in joining the MCU Collective, channel memberships are now active and live here on the channel. I have a few different perks that you guys can check out to see. I'll continue to do more of what I can for the club members, the channel members, excuse me, the MCU Collective. So if you guys are interested, hit that join button. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.